What's up, YouTube? This is Bearded Badger here. I just leaving my driveway. Just started raining or whatever here. Yeah, man, just wanted to say what's up and just give you a little example. So, anyways, today is Monday, the 22nd. I'm heading to do a couple little errands. I'm going to go drop off the trash. I live in Newport, Tennessee, in my wife's parents' retirement cabin, because they haven't retired yet and they live in Alaska. So they're going to come down here maybe the next, anywhere between 6 months and 12 months roughly, probably. I'm actually going to Alaska. Super excited. Next 2 days we're flying to Alaska. I've never been there. My wife's been there because her parents live there, so she's been there a couple times. I've never been. Kodiak, Alaska. Excited to see some Kodiak bears, maybe some whales, a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, so I wake up this morning. Yesterday we went and picked up a few things from the store. Oh, so anyways, I'm going to the dump. I was going to say, not that it really matters, but to drop off trash. They don't have like regular garbage can and pickup here. It's like cabins or whatever. So about 2 miles away, you can drop your trash off for free. So I do that a couple times a week whenever the trash is full or whatever. So I'm going to drop off the trash. I'm going in town to bring a library movie back and a couple books. Anyways, whatever. So yesterday, me and the wifey, she got a couple things from the store or whatever, you know, some things for the store. I got some stuff to juice. She got some food to make some vegan stuff or whatever, for cooking, whatever, normal, all the time. We get home, you know, I empty all the groceries, you know, like a typical guy. I try not to make more than one trip, you know, I grab like 5 bags at once, you know, which is how I roll and how a lot of people like to do it. You just don't want to make an extra trip. So anyways, apparently, which I didn't realize, I get up this morning, which, you know, I've been up since like 5:30. It's 10:27 now. And so, you know, I did some reading or whatever. So, you know, I'm not working because I'm going on that trip or whatever, currently. So, you know, got up, did some reading, whatever, scrolled Facebook, etc., etc., made a juice, reading the Stephen King book that I'm in the middle of, anyways, and then all of a sudden I was waiting 10 o'clock because that's when the library opens. This is the only library, I don't know if it's a small town thing or what, but for whatever reason, I rented, you know, Troy. You can only rent one movie at a time, which is hilarious, but just this really small library. Any other library will let you rent 27. But basically the books is unlimited, which I do a lot more of anyways, as far as reading. But you can't return, this is funny to me, like they won't let you return the video in the book slots because they say it might get damaged or whatever. And funny, you know, I did it the one time, they don't tell you that. It's not like they tell you, there's no signs. The lady's like, I'm going to give you a warning since you didn't know, you know. Don't do it again. And I'm like, well, how would I know? You know, it was funny. But so anyways, I had to wait till 10 o'clock to make one trip. You know, it's like 5 miles in the town. I'm not going to go when the dump opens at 7:30 and then come back and then go, you know. At least it would make sense. So I'm waiting till 10 o'clock. Finally, 10 o'clock comes around. I get up and I go, you know, go to start our Lexus SUV. And I look in the back of the door, right? The second door of the 4 doors, you know, behind the driver's side is like cracked open. And I was like, I guess I like shut it with my hands full and it didn't close all the way. And I'm just like, oh man, son of a bitch, like the battery's probably dead. You know what I mean? Because it was afternoon the day before. So, you know, it's like, you know, 15 hours or something probably like that. Like, oh crap. So of course I gotta try it. So I get in the car, try it, sure enough, nothing. Now luckily, I mean, we have neighbors like super close next door. And I actually hadn't even, you know, met our next door neighbors like officially. The ones on the right I met because they have horses. We're petting their horses and I met them or whatever. And Heidi's parents know the next door neighbors, but we hadn't met yet. So, you know, it's 10 o'clock, so not super early. They're retired. So I was like, shouldn't be a problem. Anyways, well, I go there and I knock on the door and I tell him the situation. And he's very nice. His name's Gary. Yeah, sure, no problem. So he comes over and he has a portable battery jumper thing. And which it also pumps air as well, I think. I'm like, cool, I don't think it'll take much more than that or whatever. So he comes over and he goes to jump that and it just gives a click, 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 click. You know what I'm saying? So it's not enough. We let it sit for about, you know, whatever, 3-4 minutes. Still doesn't work. And he's, I mean, literally when I say next door, it's like they're 100 feet. You know what I mean? I mean, roughly. So it's not like it was super far. So then he's like, well, I have to go get my Jeep. And so anyways, he goes and he comes back and he gets his Jeep. And I get the cables or whatever. Well, right when he comes back to get a Jeep, it starts like pouring down rain, you know? And I was like, oh man, you know, I just like, oh, that's interesting. So I was just, you know, just kind of like basically holding the cables under my shirt so they try not to get wet. And I, you know, I had the hood like pulled halfway down so it's not pouring rain on while I try to jump it. Anyways, so I go jump it and I'm like, yeah, hopefully it starts right up. Boom, starts right up. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Yeah, super, you know, big lifesaver, etc. Super nice guy. Everything works out, you know. You know, just took maybe 15, 20 minutes total or something. You know, so I get in my car. Boom. I guess my point here is, right, like maybe even as early as 2 or 3 years ago, just because of the way I was trained to react my entire life, like just the fact that the door was open, right, and my car didn't start, I mean, would have had me mad maybe for the whole day, maybe for only a couple hours. But certainly I would have had like a definite reaction. I was like, oh man, this sucks. Oh, what the hell? Oh, why me? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this time I was just kind of like, you know, it was my mistake. Why be mad at anybody about anything? And it's already done. So immediately my mind was just like, okay, let's go to get this taken care of. Then when it started raining, you know, I'm picturing myself a few years ago, I could be like, oh, sure. And it stopped raining like literally, I mean, maybe 3 minutes before I even got out of the driveway, it stopped raining. You know what I mean? And so back then I would have just been like, oh, of course, you know what I mean? And you know, I could have, right? Like let the whole day, you know, be ruined for me. It's not ruined for anybody else. I could just, you know, basically set my mind to make it ruined and then continue to draw to myself situations to make me more mad and upset and frustrated. And so my point being this, right? Don't immediately react on something. It's nothing but a situation. That's all it is, right? And so that door being open wasn't good or bad. It's just something that happened. Whoopie-doo. You know what I mean? The rain is just nature. So it wasn't like God decided to like pee on me because he thought it was funny because, you know, just for my jumper cables or anything. It just rained for a little bit. It was just a little shower. It had nothing to do with nothing. So, you know, if you get a flat tire on the way to work, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the situation that you consider to be bad, like impermanence is constant, change is going to happen. Just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let it ruin your entire day, man. You know what I mean? Don't even let it upset you for 5 minutes, you know? You cannot control the circumstances that happen to you in life a lot of times, or the circumstances, but you can always control how you react. And that right there will make you have a much more enjoyable life. Because everybody goes through shit, but how you react to it makes a huge difference. This has been the Bearded Badger. Peace out.